Welcome back to another Watchalong. Manchester City are back in action after an international break of 2 weeks that lasted for absolutely ever. I have just got out of the shower, hence why I was a little bit late. As you can see, this is called parenting life, doing a million things at once and trying to get ready. So I'm a little bit scruffy, disheveled, but you can be here as my hair dries, I guess, during this whole Watchalong. Are you good? Are you well? Let me know what's going through your mind today. Please do me immediate and early favor. Like this video. It'd be appreciated massively. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here as well. And no, this doesn't show the game, Tammy. This is a watch along where we chat about the game together and all that kind of stuff. I can't actually show the game because that's illegal, and I don't want to do anything illegal on this channel. But I will be chatting about the game today if you want to watch along with me as well. Hello to everyone in the chat. Emily, to Alec, to Mark, to Thomas, to Asiku, to Beppy, to Daniel, and to Tammy as well. To Joel, it's going to be a good... Daniel's shitting bricks today. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, mate. It's going to be it's going to be weird, isn't it? I'll go to the team news because that's where we got to start, obviously, because the game kicks off in 20 minutes now. And the team is an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. Where are we? There is your team, Blues. You got Edison, you got Walker, Akanji, Diaz, Nathan Ake, Rodri, Bernardo, Phil Foden, Jeremy Doku, Julian Alvarez, and Erling Haaland. The big news, of course, no Jack Grealish. Now, apparently, Grealish was going to start, but he's not well. He's got an iffy tummy, according to some people on Twitter. He's not well today, so he's dropped out the team. Allegedly, Alvarez was going to be on the bench, which makes me think, was Grealish going to play through the middle, potentially, or as a winger? Was Foden going to be playing central? It would have been interesting to see how that went down, and I sort of kind of wish that had happened, because I feel like a little bit more control with Grealish wouldn't have been a bad thing whatsoever, but this is where we're at right now, and this is the team. I'll try and build the team now and sort of kind of line up and show how it's going to look. Let me just change the colour. It can't be having that red. So it always defaults to red, which is very annoying. Has he got a 4-3-2, 4-2-3-1? 4-4, that'll sort of do in terms of the closest formation for now. I'll build the team and show how it's going to line up. Obviously, of course, Edison will be in goal. Then we know it's going to be Ake over here. It's going to be Diaz. It's going to be Akanji. It's going to be your man Kyle Walker over here. This will be Rodri. That'll be Doku. That'll be Silva, I reckon. Silka. Whoever Silka is. That'll be Silva. This will be Alvarez. This will be Foden. And that will be Haaland. And it'll be something like this kind of shape, as we know. Alvarez sort of there. That there. I think Bernardo will be alongside Rodri. Bernardo will get forward. And I think Akanji, of course, will come up alongside. And we know Ake will be playing left centre-back. It'll be sort of like this shape when we've got the ball. This is the Man City that we know right now. Alvarez often up a little bit closer. Silver sort of overlapping around here. It's going to be like this kind of shape, we know. Grealish isn't well. Pep said that. Cheers, Legand. And that's where we're at. So Pep has said Grealish isn't well. I mean, look, we know why he's not there. It's a shame because I feel like it could have been interesting to see how it went. Am I not worried about the charges? No, Harry, I'm not, mate. It is what it is. I'm not going to worry over... I'm not going to worry over things that we can't control, basically. I'll be fine. Whatever happens, I'll still be watching Manchester City Football Club. That's it. We might be playing in front of a lot less people one day, but I can deal with that, It might be easy to go to games a little bit on the personal level, so I'm relaxed about it. But either way, this is where we're at in terms of the team today. In terms of Liverpool, let's have a look at how they're lining up. Liverpool have gone for this lineup. It's an interesting one. Trent, Joel, Tsimikas is at left back, which is obviously a weak link for them potentially. You've got to get at Tsimikas there. Van Dijk, Matip, of course, Trent, loads of experience alongside him. The midfield is still a relatively... Look, we can get that at that midfield. Alexis McAllister's quality, and so is Szoboszlai, but they are new players. Curtis Jones, of course, he's not a top-level footballer yet, as you can see by his performances so far this season. He's a good player, but it's a very beatable midfield, that. Of course, Salah, absolutely excellent, world-class, brilliant, all-time Premier League legend. Jota and Nunes are very annoying players. They kind of can't score out of nowhere. But that's the team that's got a few weaknesses there, potentially. They might say the same about us. That might be true. But we've got to look at that and think that's beatable at home, potentially. For them, obviously, Salah, absolutely world-class. You've got to keep him quiet. Nunes is a wrecking ball of a player. He's unpredictable, which sort of makes him scary at the same time, Nunes. I do take Nunes seriously because you never know what is going to happen. He's just a crazy wrecking ball of a player. Alexis McAllister, look, quality with a set piece as well. So Bosley's had a really good start to life in a Liverpool shirt. Curtis Jones, there's no real natural DM there, is what I would say. So there is something to get at. We will see. Rodri gets booked. He misses Tottenham, does he? Oh, well. No booking today for Rodri. He will get booked. We all know that, don't we? Guys, like the video. It does help support the channel massively. If you could do me a favour as well and give me a retweet, that would be massively appreciated on the actual video as well. The benches are levels apart, though. I actually agree on that. I mean, look at City's bench. It doesn't look good. We've got two keepers there. Rico. Stone was back on the bench, which is great stuff. Josko. But then we got Calvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez, and Oscar Bob. There is nothing there attacking-wise. Look, not to disrespect Oscar Bob, but he's not going to change the game for us at this level. Sergio Gomez may be a decent option as a left winger. We need to wick some crosses in. But we haven't got a lot of attacking threat off that bench. Rico Lewis, of course, could play midfield. Liverpool's bench looks, to be honest, it's better. But it's not. Yeah, it is better, to be fair. They've got, defensively, maybe not quite as strong as City's bench. But then they've got, more. I think they've got more versatility. They've got Diaz and Gakpo who could change the team. They've got two defensive midfielders there in Gravenberch and Endo. Harvey Elliott, of course, attacking midfielder. Joe Gomez, Canate, experienced players there. Jarell Quanto, I don't know much about. He's a youngster. They've definitely got a better bench than us right now because we are missing quite a few players. No Jack Grealish, of course. No Kevin De Bruyne. No Nunes, I think. Yeah, no Nunes and no Kovacic. So there's the players out for us. Ederson is fine. Don't worry about it. That's ignore the doubtful. But no Nunes, Kovacic or De Bruyne there on the bench, which makes it look a little bit weaker. No Grealish as well. So there's definitely an awful lot missing off that. I don't think we'll play like Chelsea, Joel. I don't think we will do. I think there'll be a different Manchester City side. You'd have to suspect that those games don't tend to happen two in a row. They don't really. But the big news, of course, is Stones back on the bench. Another Pep quote. Thank you from Legand as well. Says another quote from Pep. Stones isn't ready, but he's on the bench. Let's jump over to the quotes from Pep today. What's he said? He said John Stones is not ready either, but he's on the bench. But it is what it is. Modern times to adapt. We play with 11, that's for sure. Few unwell, vomit, and so on. And there we go. We've got unwell players. Do you know what? There's nothing much you can do about a player who's got a tummy bug, really, They're only human beings. All it takes is a bad bit of chicken or a bit of a winter tummy bug and they can be out for 2 weeks because it takes you out, doesn't it? So, unfortunately, a few players not well because they're not well. That's simple it is. On Liverpool, he said, well, the biggest threat is everything. If you say deep, they have the ability to make a lot of passes, and at the right moments, they're physical in set pieces and transitions, a team built to run and run. Yeah, I mean, we know all about them. They're a quality side. And hopefully, we've got enough. I mean, look, I'm up for this, man. I'm up for this. I've got a feeling this is going to be a really good game. I trust this team. I really do. I don't know. I feel like we're in for a cracker. I don't know if we're going to win. I've predicted that we'll win. Will we win? I don't know. I hope so. I really do hope so. It's one of those things where you don't know how it's going to go. Give me the first 20 minutes and I'll let you know if I'm feeling confident or not. At this point, I just want to see a City side come out, start composed. Liverpool, I mean, currently in second. They're having an interesting season. They haven't been perfect by any stretch, but they are undoubtedly right now I would say City's biggest challenge for the title. Liverpool I take more seriously than Arsenal. Not that Arsenal aren't great, but I just take them more seriously. I don't know. They feel more of a threat to Manchester City because they've been there and done it. And I do think that matters, I do think it matters. 10 minutes until kickoff, by the way, which I can't wait for. What's your predictions? Do let me know in the chat. It will be massively appreciated. I'm quietly confident. I mean, for us, you got to look at where can we get at them? Where can we get at them? You've got to presume. You look at this lineup here. You look at the lineup. Their weak points are Liverpool's weak points are the fullbacks there. Trent is a fantastic attacking player, but he's not a good defender. He's never been a good defender. Trent might have a masterclass today defensively, but he's never been a good defender. So typically, I would say you can get at him. If you get Doku one-on-one with Trent, he's going past him. Foden and Tsimikas, that's a mismatch as well if Foden has a good game today. Foden should get past Tsimikas and have a good time. Then you've got, hopefully their weaknesses are there's no defensive midfielder there. McAllister is not a defensive midfielder. Curtis Jones is more of a box-to-box. Szoboszlai, attacking midfielder, absolutely. You would think and hope Ake has a good game against Salah. I think it's right not to play Vardiol. He didn't have his best game the other day, and Ake is proven time and time again against Salah. So I trust Ake against Salah. It just makes an awful lot of sense for me. So I think that's where you look at it. You look at him and you think, well, Ake on Salah makes a lot of sense. Hopefully, the pace of Walker can sort of match Nunes if he's out in the channels. So hopefully, Rodri, we need Akanji to have an absolute masterclass today. Akanji, Bernard, and Rodri have got to absolutely boss that centre midfield role, which is capable of. I think they're definitely more technical players than the one Liverpool got there. I'm hoping the Etihad as well, that the home crowd will make a big difference, because it should do. In theory, we've got it's a rocking atmosphere always at the Etihad these days. We can't deny that. It's become a fortress. We've won 23 games out of 23 there. That stuff is unmistakable. That is such an impressive turnaround for City. And these days, that has become the norm, Hopefully there could be 24 out of 24. I hate knowing these stats, by the way, because it does tend to scare me. I always think, well, what if, what if this is the one where it actually turns around? And you never know in football. It could be the one that turns around, but we'll have to see. You have to trust this team to hopefully get the win today. We need no one to make mistakes. And Nicholas saying Akanji is key today. I actually sort of agree with that. If Akanji has a good game, we need Akanji to have a really good game, and then if we don't miss stones, it'd be great. Biaggi saying need a solid defensive game from now on. Yeah, absolutely, mate. You're going to get me to disagree with that. We need everyone to be at their very best. Will they be? I don't know. But we do need a bit of focus, don't we? We do need a bit of focus. It doesn't feel like recently. We've got one of the best defensive records in the league. We did have until the Chelsea game. The best. But it feels like there is always a chance to get against us at the moment. So that's why I'm not fully confident, about our ability to keep them out for the full 90 minutes. Haaland still hasn't scored against Liverpool. Needs a goal today. Look, Haaland today. Hopefully Haaland looks at Norway's exit the other day and thinks, you know what? I want to make a bit of a statement here. And, come out firing, aggressive. That's what I want to see. So there's the table, of course. What's this performance chart? So we've got that. There we go. So where City are. Liverpool, was that Liverpool down there? Yeah. There we go. City's performance chart this season is pretty good. I don't know what that means. But either way, there's the standing, of course. City currently top of the table. It looks good. I want to stay there. I absolutely want to stay there, And I'm sure we will do. We'll see. So it's everyone's predictions. Sammy says 4-1. Nice, mate. Daniel says 3-1. Joel 2-1. Beppe 2-1. SC says Doc rinses Trent all game. SC, I like it, mate. Doku does probably rinse Trent all game, hopefully. Lagan doesn't think City will win this one. Fair enough, man. I hope you're wrong. We tend to win at home. We do pretty much always win at home these days. 3-1 says Drew the Beast. 3-2 says SC. Yeah, we do tend to get 4 goals at home. I don't know how I feel about this. The only thing is for me is, where could this go wrong? There could be a lack of control. I think Grealish would have been really interesting today. If Grealish had played, by the way, for Alvarez, where would he have been? Would it have been this? Would it have been a case of, if he had actually played, would it have been this kind of scenario where maybe he played central? Or would it have been Doku over on the right and Foden central and Grealish on the left? It could have been that. Especially with Tsimikas on the left, it could have been Doku over there. It would have been interesting to see what Guardiola did, wouldn't it? It could be something like that. As it is, it isn't that. But I would love to have seen this, personally. This would have been great. Grealish over here, sort of central. And these two guys as the 8s. That would have been fascinating for me. A little bit more control. Grealish, it would have been his chance, I reckon. Probably would have been Foden. I agree with Sammy in the chat. It probably would have been Foden, but we've been robbed of that experiment. Grealish on the pitch with at the same time would have been great. As it is, it's Alvarez. Bernardo Silva today. Look, we've seen Bernardo Silva down here alongside Fernandinho against Liverpool, the best Liverpool side, have an absolute 10 out of 10. We need to see that today. Again. If Bernardo turns up, there's certain 2 players, if they turn up today, Rodri and Bernardo, if they have crackers, the rest, we're going to be fine. It's always like certain players, isn't it, where if they are on the best, we win. I know it sounds really sort of simple, but does anyone else feel that way as well? It just feels that way for me. Like, we just sort of need those two at their very best, and then we will be fine. They're just that impressive and that important, aren't they, to the City's system? Bernardo hates Liverpool as well. He does. He does love a game against Liverpool. Oh, Bernardo, man. Bernardo Silva. I'm a bit nervous now. It's kicking in. It is kicking in. The only thing about Alvarez is that his form hasn't been great, but also he's come back from obviously South America for Argentina. He's played for Argentina, so he's been a lot of travelling. He might be tired. He is relentless in his work rate, but his form hasn't been great recently. So we do need, a little bit more energy potentially. But Grealish robbed of a start today, sadly. It is what it is. I hope City come out of the box aggressively today, by the way. Like, I want to see a City side that is not shy to go forward. Like, I want to see a City side who's just going for it, because I think if we see a City side that comes out and is assertive and dominant, I don't think this Liverpool side will know how to react to that. I think they are a very good side, but they're not quite... They haven't got Wijnaldum and Henderson of old, or, no Mane. Like, there's a lot of experience that's changed for them as well. They still got a lot of quality, don't get me wrong, but it has sort of changed a little bit. And I do think there's a potential for us to get at them a tiny bit, we might need a little bit of luck, but if Bernardo, Rodri, and, Diaz needs a good game. He hasn't been good recently. If Diaz has a good game, we should be okay here. Foden as well. This is a big chance for him to become the guy. I really hope Foden has a big game today. Like, it's the biggest game of the season so far, potentially. Liverpool at home, it's massive. We've already had Old Trafford and we've already had Arsenal, whatever. But I don't know, Liverpool always feels like a real good barometer of where we're at as a team, doesn't it? Especially with them something close to their best again right now. Come on, City. Come on, City. I'm really up for this. I spent all yesterday getting absolute abuse online for daring to defend my club, which is crazy, as if they wouldn't do the same thing in my shoes. They all would do. That's the irony of it. But, this could be... this is what we do for our club, innit? This is what we do. Biggest game of the season? This is good hand. Well, until, we play a bigger one, hopefully, mate. It's the biggest game right now, but it's probably biggest league game. It definitely is. I can't deny that. I mean, we've had a Super Cup game, which is obviously huge. Right, players walking out the tunnel anyway. We are a few minutes away from kickoff. Who else is playing today, by the way? I don't actually know who else is playing today in terms of the other games. I'm going to have a look now. What's the other Premier League games? Let's have a look. What we got today? Matches. Newcastle-Chelsea at 3 o'clock. Big game there. Brentford-Arsenal later. Brentford at home to Arsenal. You never know, there. You never know. Forest-Brighton, Luton-Palace, Burnley-West Ham, Newcastle-Chelsea. And then tomorrow we got Tottenham-Villa. That's a big game of football, isn't it? Tottenham got loads of injuries still. Let's have a look. Are they missing play? Oh, wow, look at that list. Richarlison, Maddison, Sessegnon, Perisic, Solomon, Van de Ven, Romero, Basuma. God, Spurs are down bad, aren't they, right now in terms of that? You never know. Tomorrow Villa could get something there. Look, I would not be surprised if Brentford and Villa got something. All of a sudden, the table looks very different, especially if we win today. You would hope so, wouldn't you? What else is there? Everton United. Go on, Everton. Imagine. I wouldn't be surprised, with Everton, given the deduction. The fans are going to be well up for that if they got something against United, especially at Goodison. Carlos, you're right, mate. That 4-4 feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? It's such a long time ago now. But anyway, let's get back to our game over here. By the way, here's our form. Well, there's the head-to-head. So what does that mean? Is that a manager head-to-head for City? Oh, they've won more. Is that... There we go. Liverpool have won 8. We've won 7 head-to-head. Wait, is that... I don't know what it means. Not all the time, obviously, because we've played more than that. Maybe it's as Manchester City manager and Liverpool manager. I don't really know. But either way, our form lost 1-1 draw. They've beaten in 5 there. Fingers crossed it goes our way. Guys, once again, please like the video. Final predictions. Who's going to score the first goal of the game today? By the way, a Salah penalty. Come on. I've gone for 2-1, but I can see Salah scoring a penalty. It's absolutely nailed on. Kyle Walker's going to bring him down or something. I don't know what he'll be doing over there, but he'll find a way. It'll be a flop as well. It'll absolutely flop. He'll go down. It'll be frustrating. VAR will give it after the referee missed it, and it'll be because he did that on him. You know, he tickled his arm. It'll be so annoying. Anyway, we are about a minute away from kickoff now. They're doing the huddle before the game. Foden first goal call. I hope you're right, my friend. Come on, City. Come on, City. I hope so, Marcus, mate. I hope so. Ake. Massive game for Ake, this. Really is. So I'm watching on Peacock today, by the way, so there'll be a minor delay as always, sadly. But that's just how it is. Come on, City. Atmosphere sounds good. Sounds really good. You know what I was thinking? If you ever got these charges, right? I'm aware that City got relegated or whatever. You know, this, what I do for a living, would be massively affected. But the way I look at it is like, well, at that point, you know, I would just probably go to more games again with my son, you know. Ruben, we're getting older. I just thought it'd be quite poetic in a way that he'd be watching City as we're down there like I did, you know, as a kid. So there'd be something kind of sort of poetic in that. And it wouldn't upset me too much, you know. I'd just crack on with life and still do a podcast, you know, about City. I suspect it'd be smaller than it was previously. But that is life, right? We're about to kick off anyway. I thought I can get behind it, you know. We're underway. Come on, Blues. Come on, Blues. Doesn't feel like I'm under a massive delay today, which is good. 6:30 Texas. Where you all watching from? Chris is in Texas. Yeah, exactly. Unruly Mancunian. Like, that's how I feel about it. There's an element of like, I suspect that this channel will drop off quite a lot as a result of that. But do you know what? I'm 38 years old. I'm not going to cry over that. I'm used to things ending. My band ended at one point, which I loved. You know, I've done loads of things that I've loved in life. It's just life. You know, things move on. I wouldn't cry over it, and I'd just look at it a different way. I'd spend more time with my family. You know, so go on, Doku. Doku at Trent immediately. Oh, cross. Just misses Haaland. Good start from Doku there. Go on, City. Doku, excellent. Oh! Lovely start. Bernardo wriggling into the area there. 2 crosses blocked. Thank you, Unruly, mate. I'll still be here for you guys as well, chatting away and stuff. I'll be carry on doing it. Of course, it's part of who I am. Like, I don't do it any for no other reason than I enjoy it, you know? But I would look at it a different way. I'd be like, do you know what? I'll go to more games again, like I used to when I was younger. Because I can't deny it. This stuff is like, you know, it's sort of like a work job for me, so it makes more sense for me to be here. But when I've got my son who's growing up and he's 3 or 4 years old and he can't wait to go games every week, yeah, come on, it'd be great. Every week, season ticket. Back down there, little Ruben watching Man City against Fleetwood at the Etihad Stadium. Imagine. It'd be wonderful in its own way on a personal level. It'd sort of ground him anyway. It's a really good start. Oh, Dianzi, how can you do it, mate? What's your bet? I get it, Unruly. I get it, mate. It's not cheap, is it? We're all skint these days. Look, I'm there looking at my phone bill going, God, I've got 70 quid coming out because my phone bill's gone up, you know, and having, you know, we're all, kids cost a lot of money, don't they? The food they eat. Early foul on McAllister there. Best luck indeed, Mark. Hope you're good, my friend. An aggressive start on that channel there, by the way. So Bernardo is up alongside Alvarez as predicted. Alvarez should step up today, hopefully, you know, you would think. He's got a big game mentality, Alvarez, to be fair to him. He's not had a great... His form has dropped a little bit, but I think it's only natural. Your players go through peaks and troughs. To be honest, Marcus Ninja, Doku's earned it, and like, At the same time, you'd think given Trent isn't a good defender, it's one of those things. And he's wonderful, Mark. He's absolutely wonderful. He gave us a good night's sleep actually last night. And by good night, I mean woke up 3 times instead of 8. So we can take that. So I actually feel refreshed today, which is quite nice, We had like 2-3 hour stretches, which just feels great. That's something you learn. You realise how little sleep you need. Like put him to bed at 11 and he woke up at like 2:30. We're like, that's all right. That's 3.5 hours. And then he woke up at 6. I was like, oh, that's still another 3.5 hours. And I can take that, So as opposed to every half an hour. So go on, vote him. That's how we like to think SC about Mark. We win the rest. That's terrible sleep. DDD, but that's when you've got a kid, that's normal, mate. Unless you've got a kid, That's good sleep for us. Terrible sleep is 3 days ago, he was up every 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Just crying. There's something wrong with him. I think he was teething or something. I don't know. But it was tough. Yeah, that's really tough. Go on, Doku. Doku against Trent. Do you know what? He looks terrified, Trent, every single time. Oh, Bernardo nearly to Haaland. Haaland's got the ball anyway. William, I did see that quote, yeah. And I love it. I don't know if he's telling the truth there. The only caveat is that he could turn around and say, well, they lied to me, so I will leave. But maybe not. Oh, Alvarez, sloppy, mate. Oh, Mark, I can relate to that, mate. It's tough, isn't it? It's just tough. The only thing about my son is that he goes back to sleep pretty quickly. So he wakes up, but he'll be back asleep in 5 minutes. He's breastfeeding, so a quick feed and then back to sleep. So it's not too bad. It's not like he's up for half an hour, We're trying to get him down. He just wakes up, cries, bit cuddle, down again. Takes a few minutes, so it's not horrific. But when it's every 20 minutes, that's horrific. If it's every 3 hours, it's not too bad. You're still in bed. He stays in bed as well. We're co-sleeping because that's how it is. Anyway, 5 minutes in, it's been a good start. Let's have a look at the details so far. City, momentum is pretty much all in our, it's all going our way so far. There's the passes so far, 18 to their 4. Obviously, they've had more than 4 now as it updates. Good defending. Okay. You did, Mark. You did. You were right, mate. You were right. Phenomenal call. This has been a good start, we look confident. Nice and controlled so far. Keeping the ball nicely. Working it forward calmly. Hey, mate, act like it was a call. My prediction was 2-1 Bacon Boy. Great name, by the way, Bacon Boy. Andy, we're good, mate. I'm good. Recovering from an incredibly painful sore throat, but feeling good so far. On the peppermint tea. How are you, man? Yeah, to be honest, Cole, we're often not great after international break, but I expected a reaction after the... Go on, Haaland. Oh, he's done well to keep it in there, to Doku. Done really well. Nice City. Walker couldn't keep it in. Oh, he could? No. Shame. Haaland was through there. A little bit more aggressive from Haaland to get onto the ball would have been nice there. William, 2-1. You'd take a hearty 2-1 though, wouldn't you, William? That's the thing. Lovely, mate. Lovely. I don't know where Kirby Moorside is, but I was in Filey the other day, a couple of weeks back. It was lovely. Is that nearby? Yeah, exactly. An own goal from Van Dijk, you'd take it, wouldn't you? Any win will do. I keep going back to in my head to like where City are at this season. Everything we're judging this City side on, it's just not even close to the final form, is it? Stone's rarely playing, New players adapting still. No Kevin De Bruyne. I can't wait to see where the City side is in 3 months. You know, when uh when De Bruyne is back, Stones is playing regularly. You know, all the new players have settled in a little bit more. It'd be fascinating to see. I think he did, Chrissy, which was a little bit weaker than I was expecting. I thought he'd go right through, to be honest. Haaland. Lovely Andy. Jekko, we're all singing. I miss Gundogan. I want to sing Il Kai, made the Scousers cry. Thing is, if Alvarez looks tired at any point, bring Rico on, in my opinion, in midfield. I'd have Rico on as the next substitution. You know, if Alvarez feels tired and that. Oh, lovely touch from Doku. Unlucky. Nearly through. Doku is such a wonderful signing, isn't he? His form in the international break was electric. I know he's against lower opposition, Azerbaijan and so on. But yeah, look, the best players are relentless. That stayed in, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Are relentless regardless of who they're against. The killers. And Doku just seems to absolutely enjoy running at them, being aggressive, being assertive. I think we will see Rico at some point, actually. He seems like, maybe Stones. I don't think Stones will get on unless we have to bring him on, because you just don't really take the risk, do you? Great news, though, if Stones is back for Spurs. This little possession spell right here, right here, right now. This little possession spell is good. I like it. It's City just showing a bit of composure, and I think sometimes these things it feeds into the rest of the game. I know it looks like we're not doing much, but what we're doing is setting a tone of them expecting us to have the ball. We're giving it away as soon as I said that, typically. But if they do that, it becomes more likely. You sort of put things into action. Oh, giving away to Foden. Oh, big chance. Straight into Alisson's arms from Foden. Got to do better there, Phil, mate. Couple of errors here from Liverpool. Curtis Jones caught out. Nice defending, Bernardo. Alisson's blaming everyone else other than himself there. Terrible from Alisson. He's got to do better than that, Phil, there. He's got to curl it into the far corner. Open his body up. That's a chance, I would say, that, you know. I'd be interested to see what the XG is for that when it refreshes. It can't be 0.05. You'll have to go more than that. I mean, that chance surely has got about at least a 0.2 or something like that. Because I don't think it even needs to be as complicated as a ding. Just smack it into any not right of the keeper, you know. This is how does everyone rate the start so far for the first 15 minutes or 12 minutes? I'm pretty impressed. Oh, nearly through to Haaland. Just didn't take it in his stride. Alvarez looking for the through ball. I like it. It's been City so far for me though. So far, we've been the better side. Good header, okay. Doku's done really well. Unlucky, mate. Couldn't keep it in. We are doing good, Wicker man. I've been encouraged by the start, you know. Go on, Haaland. Nice. Well done, he's won it back. Yeah, I agree with that call, actually. A lot of through balls to Haaland. Oh, Doku nearly picked out Foden, you know. Ake's done well, get Salah there. They aren't looking confident playing out from the back today. I think City's press looks really organised. We're pressing sort of in this shape here. A real obvious sort of 4 across. And it's really structured. And they're not sure how to break it down. Rodri pressing quite high currently as well. Bernardo is dropping deep as well, by the way. He's down here often quite a bit. Doku's wonderful. A little bit more expensive than Akanji, to be fair to a command, but yeah, he's absolutely excellent. Look, to be honest, if he fulfills his potential, he's a £100 million player, isn't he? And we got him for half of that. I mean, put it this way. 50 million quid he costs, but in this market, for the quality he's shown so far, it's a cracking signing. Like, bargain is a strong word for a lot of money, but, you know, more than got money's worth so far. And I think he'll get better. He strikes me as a learner and a hard-working player. Oh, Van Dijk going forward. Oh! Big save from Edison. Was it Matip who went forward? Darwin with the header. Big save from Eddie. It was an easy save for Eddie in the end, but did well. Right position, good positioning. Walker with the clearance. Yeah, I mean, that was great play from Matip. Was it Matip who went forward? Matip. I think, oof. Nunez through there. Was he onside? He might have been offside, but couldn't get a shot away. Yeah, Bernardo was definitely fouled. Let's have a look. Was Nunez offside? Oh, he's probably just on. He should have shot there, to be honest, mate. Bit of calmness needed after that. Like, Liverpool had a little moment there, you know. Direct through ball, but Liverpool centre backs were always going to eat that up, to be honest. Yeah, Walker covering nicely. Been an interesting start, you know. Mainly City, not really created much. Foden had a decent chance. A couple of decent kind of little builds down the left near the start of the game. Liverpool showing the threat they've got there. Matip obviously bursting forward. Took a few plays out of the game. Salah's cross was good. Nunes header. Nunes, of course, then wasted another touch. They could have had something. XG apparently equal so far. Go on, Phil. Going out to Doku. Doku. Doku gets the crowd going, doesn't he? His little fate there. I mean, you got to do better than that, Roger, when you got the ball. I love Doku, man. He's just so much fun, isn't he? Bernardo on the left. Morning, my man Scott. How you doing? I'm very good, thank you. You well, man? Oh! Oh! Haaland closing down Alisson there. Panic stations. Our Symbicus has done well there against Foden. But they were flapping a bit at the back. But Liverpool are very good at doing this the other way. Countering. Good defending from Diaz. 7:30 games, mate. Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm up 7:30 anyway. I wish I was, yeah, every day for me. Oh, you got lucky there, Alisson, you know. Haaland nearly's gotten to that. Nearly. Interesting 20 minutes so far. It could be an incredible start to the weekend, Gary. You know? But basically, so far, Liverpool have looked uneasy when we're pressing them. Our biggest chances so far come from Liverpool, like sort of wasting the ball in their own area. Basically forcing a mistake. I can try, Hannah. I'm not a commentator. Currently, City have it out on the right with Foden. We're still building the ball up a little bit. Kanji central. He's just tried to drift past the player, but lost the ball out. It's hard to commentate when I'm not a commentator. BBC Manchester, by the way, would be my recommendation for radio commentary. Haaland bustling forward now. It's on Doku on the left. We're just sort of keeping the ball about just a third into their area, into their half, sorry. You need this. Scott, you definitely need it. Doku running at Alexander Arnold right now. They're doubling up on him, which is sensible. Salah was back there helping defend because they know what he can do. He's gone past him. Oh, a little bit of chaos. Doku breezed past Alexander Arnold there, got into the area, cut it back with his left foot. A bit of a scramble, but cleared for a corner. Yeah, Arnold nowhere near him. Haaland nearly got to that cross. Alisson clawed it away. Yeah, Arnold cannot stop Doku. If you get him one-on-one, he's going to rinse him every single time. But either way, it's a corner for City. The big guys have come up, of course. Haaland. Being marked by some bobsleigh is interesting. Played it short, of course, as you would expect. Alvarez. Terrible, City. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Liverpool countering. A City in corners, man. That is a shocking corner there. Mohammed, no chance, mate. Blooming Rising was sold to some company by the people who owned it. We didn't own it. We just worked for it. So Blooming Rising, we don't have rights to that. And Alex lives in Leicester, mate. He doesn't live in Manchester. So we can't do Blooming Rising stuff. Walter lives down south. Paul works in Man City. And Elliot makes hot sauce now. So Blue Horizon is basically very dead and always will be, unfortunately. SC, of course, mate. I don't mind. You go for it. Overall, it's pretty even, I would say. City more territorially in control, Mr. Fridge. These names are say out loud. But I would, there are signs of like sloppiness from Liverpool a little bit. We can get at them. Most of our kind of like threat has come down their side. The Alexander-Arnold side, where Doku has been given a little bit of trouble with Bernardo linking up with him. We need to get down that side. We've got very little on the right so far. Walker's not offering much support for Foden. Foden's not really been involved. I would say it's been the stats are probably fair. Like Liverpool have had a couple of good moments, but it's been mainly waiting for us to make a mistake. Jensen, I hope so. Akanji's definitely learning the role a little bit. I think he'll get better in time. We forget that this role he's playing is still new to him. The Stones role is complicated. Right, Doku's got 1-on-1 here against Alexander-Arnold. Go on, mate. Go on. Go on, Rodri. Alvarez crowded out. Just keep the tab open, Hannah. If that's all right. Keep the tab open on my channel, even if you mute it. Support the content creator. Doku cut inside. It's all right. See, I don't mind. Legends. Corner's wasted again. Got another corner. Do you remember a couple of years ago when we were good at corners? Like, genuinely good. We scored loads. What happened? Why did we stop taking them? Well, no idea. We got a massive team, Foden shot, drilled, saved. Nothing in it, unfortunately. Still, have a look. Well, Ake drifting past people. Yeah! There's your man. Erling Haaland. That will do. Come on, you blue, beautiful bastards. Absolutely lovely stuff. Erling Haaland. Come on. Haaland. Ake with the assist, man. That goal was an Ake. Come on. Pressure. Nathan Ake, baby. Look at Ake here drifting past two players. Through ball. Look at that. Come on. Lovely stuff from Ake. What a player. Haaland gets... Not a big game player. Another glorious tapping from a genius. I need to tweet that as well. Another glorious tapping from the best striker in the world. I love him, man. I love him. 15th of the season. Come on, City. Come on, City. Absolutely beautiful stuff. I need to update the thumbnails. That's massive. That's massive. The timing of that goal as well. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Haaland, once again, a guy who disappears in big games apparently, has scored quite a few goals in big games this season already. Oh, that meant a lot, didn't it? We needed that. Ake, what was that from Ake, man? Ake drifting past people. Literally out of nowhere, Ake just turned into bloody Marcello, you know what I mean? Drifting past people, creating chances. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Ake assist. Oh, man. What a guy. What a guy. Right, all updated. All updated. I love you. I love Nathan Ake. Is that Ake or Doku? You know what I mean? He's been watching him, hasn't he? Good defending. 50th goal already, by the way. 50th Premier League goal already. Ridiculous. Oh, his touch let him down there a little bit. Oh, Jota nearly through there, by the way. He was offside anyway, Jota. Oh, he'll be dropping a gritty next, won't he? Okay. Scott Denemy saying, I'm City till I die, I'm City till I die. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm City till I die. Come on, City, up the Blues. Indeed, my man. Scott with the super chat because he's a super legend. Big Denemy energy in the chat. Massively appreciate it. Thank you for the support on the channel as well. Like the video, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Absolutely wonderful stuff. I needed that. You okay down there? You can come up and say hello if you want, by the way. Honestly, I don't mind. Nicola does it all the time. I was shouting to the mother-in-law who's looking after Ruben. That's big. That's big, isn't it? That's big. Fingers crossed we can capitalise on that and get more. Well, SC, I hope you're texting like Liverpool fan already or replying to him, mate. Find him. Oh, we needed that, didn't we? We needed that. Good on you, SC. Good on you. Ake, by the way, like, what a wonderful player. What a wonderful player. Just wonderful, isn't it? 50 goals for Haaland, by the way. 50 league goals already. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, Doku. Ridiculous. Doku close. Maybe do Wicker Man. Maybe it's that. And thank you, Hannah, you know. Bringing the vibes. Alvarez corner. I needed that, honestly. That's just such a relief, isn't it? A massive relief. Right, Doku's having a good game, by the way. Let's have a look at the stats over on. I'm on SofaScore here, by the way. That's their rating so far. Bernardo, Haaland, Bernardo's and Ake, our best players so far according to the stats. Obviously, you know this is a statistical analysis, so it's not always eye test stuff. But statistically, these have been our best players so far. Ooh, Doku nearly with a nice ball to Kanji. And ball. This is dangerous. Brilliant from Ake. Ake's held up Salah really well there. Oh, Phil's a bit sloppy there. Doku chasing back. Nice, lad. Doku working hard. Working hard. Osman, it isn't. Our bench is not much today. It used to be a first 11 job. Ake did really well there. Ake's such a natural defender, isn't he? Such a brilliant natural defender. Scott just bringing the positivity. Our bench is fire. You know what? There is quality on there, but it's definitely not our strongest bench. I think we'll probably all agree with that. We've got Carson on it, to be fair, you know, so that immediately is a positive. Oh, I wish that had fallen to Doku then from Bernardo's clearance. I mean, look at the momentum of this game, by the way. So you see, this is momentum, basically. It's all about territorial possession, how they measure it. And you can see that City, it's basically, other than that Liverpool's that small spell, it's been pretty much controlled from City. We haven't created a lot of chances, but we've got the one that matters, the goal. But ultimately, City have played well so far. This has been a good performance. It's hard to create chances against Liverpool, especially when you're missing a few key players as well. But ultimately, this is a job very well done. We created a big chance and scored it. Haaland taking his chance. I've been really impressed. Been really impressed. Oh, they've had a half a chance there. Kanji giving the ball away. Sloppy. Well, we created that chance for them there. He picked out Jota. Really tight angle. Edison covered it well. They can get in behind us. Lovely from Bernardo. Such a wonderful player, isn't he? The composure. Thinking it over his head in midfield. And this is beautiful footballer. SC, Ake is just, look, we're going to need Ake and everyone. Ake's smart enough and intelligent enough. He's been around long enough to know he will get football. Vardial and him, well, they'll battle it out, but it's part of the development, isn't it? Go on, Doku. Go on, Dan. Is the atmosphere good, man? City. Ake is mint. It's as simple as that, King. Sometimes, you just need to call it as it is. Ake is mint. Oh, Alvarez, mate. Yeah, he's not had a great game so far. I mean, I don't think he's been really poor. He's just not good enough yet. Alisson's clearance, man, terrible. Slipped. Lovely touch, by the way. Not a lot will be made of that Haaland touch. Like, the way he opened it up to get the shot away was excellent. Osman, imagine, mate. A Doku gritty today. Lovely ball. That Edison pass and to that Bernardo flick. That Edison pass, to the flick, it was so good. Just cinema. Beautiful. It's just so smooth, man. Stuff like that, by the way, it's just, I really think those little moments are massive in a game. They build confidence and momentum. Like, I know they don't directly accomplish a lot, but I do think they influence the mood of the game. Almost Paul Scholes-esque, exactly. Uh, Bernardo, by the way, excellent today. Absolutely excellent. So nearly half time. And I think it's gone pretty well so far, Room for improvement, of course. We could do a few things a bit better. They got in behind us a couple of times. They're going to do that. Liverpool got too much quality going forward. But some of them have come from our mistakes, which is where Pep will, of course, you want to rectify that. Smooth out any mistakes. A couple of times where touch has let us down going forward. Alvarez has not had his best game. Foden's not as involved as I'd like it to be as I'd like him to be as well today. It's tough for him. I don't think Walker offers much support on that right hand side because he's not our most technical player going forward. Probably our worst player defensively going forward. Good header though. Right now, as I said that, it's over on Foden's side right now. Sort of surrounded by 4 players there. Not much to bring in, so he's played it central back to Walker. He's played it out wide to Doku. Doku's at 1-on-1 against Alexander-Arnold here, but he's ran into traffic and got caught out. Poor decision. There was an overlap for Bernardo Silva, which should have played it. He's offside there, ref, surely. He's definitely offside, Nunes. Nunes was miles offside there. Yeah, he's miles off. He's a good 2 yards there. Yeah, I do remember those days, Usman. I think it's like Haaland, he scores a lot of penalties, but he's never overly convincing, which is mad. Like, he sort of scuffs a lot of them. This victory, if we get it today, it'd be massive, absolutely massive for the momentum. Going against Spurs as well, potentially with Stones back, Hopefully players a bit better who've been unwell. They're missing a lot of players. We got 2 victories from those games. Like, it's huge, absolutely huge. Oh. A couple of dangerous crosses there. Bernardo Silva. Behave, mate. Alvarez. You got to shoot there. Bernardo Silva, by the way, like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Look at that skill on Salah. It's an absolute menace. He's got to shoot there, to be honest. I think he should shoot Alvarez. He's not having his best game. I'd expect Alvarez with his quality just to drill it. Go on, Doku. Go on, Doku. Overdone it there. Out around the outside and get a shot away with his left foot. Doku does, absolutely. I agree. He needs to shoot there, Scott. Good defending from Diaz. Goal kick, brilliant stuff, man. Lovely defending that. Ruben Diaz. Stop doubting Ruben. People, like, the criticism Diaz got after that Chelsea game was ridiculously out of proportion for a poor game. Should have been bad game, that's it. But there was a discourse around it. It became like, is he actually that good? Is he playing that well this season? Unnecessary, absolutely unnecessary. He's been absolutely fine. Not perfect, but he's been more than good enough given the circumstances around the start of the season. Definitely not a cause of concern, and He doesn't need doubting. Look at that pass again. That pass again from Edison, by the way. Go on, Phil. Oh! Foden drilled it wide. That's a wonderful effort from Foden. That's an incredible save. It's going in. It's going in. That record, by the way, Diaz, Usman pointed out, 3 out of 3 in the Premier League. Like come on. Unmistakable quality. It's not a coincidence either, you know. Yeah, Foden on the right is excellent, you know. Foden on the pitch is excellent, full stop. That's where he has to be. Right, Dan scared me here, man. Salah out wide on the right. Oh! Oh! It wasn't too bad, Dan. It wasn't too bad. A little bit sloppy, but there was not much in that. That was sort of us giving them a bit of a chance, weirdly. Not quite as dramatic on TV as it probably was in the stadium, down that. I think maybe you took the edge off it, Dan, you know? Get to half time now. Get to half time. Right, there we go. It's half time. 1-0. What more can you ask of that? Like you want to be winning, don't you, against Liverpool? We probably just about deserved it. It hasn't been a classic. We've had more of the ball, I would say, overall. Liverpool have had their chances. I think it's pretty even game, you know. Overall, though, I've been pretty happy with it. Let me just do a quick tweet and get. Let me, you can watch me do the tweet, of course. Get your half time thoughts in. There we go. Let me just do that. Let me know what you make of the game, of course, as well. So I wanted to share that very quickly. Look, to be honest, I'm happy with that. Look, I can't not be happy. I don't think we played great. I don't think we played badly. I think we've been pretty good, you know. We played good. More the same second half. We could do a little bit better, of course. I mean, you look at the stats so far. City have 63% possession. In terms of the momentum of the game, Liverpool had the odd little spell here and there, as you can see, where they had that little chance from Nunes. But then they had a little, towards the end of that half, it got a little bit scrappy, a bit even. But largely, City were on top for most of the game, and that sort of came across for me. I feel like it was sort of accepted that City were the better side. Statistically, look, we probably could be a little bit better. 5 shots, 4 on target, though. That's the main thing for me, is that we have made Alisson work a little bit. 0.42 XG to their 0.2. Of course, the goal came from a lovely little bit of play. It was Ake picking up on a poor Alisson pass. A lovely little bit of footwork. He's been paying attention to Jeremy Doku, apparently. Drifted past a couple of players. Played a through ball to Haaland. Beautiful first touch. Took it out of his body and put it into the bottom corner, which is so impressive. It really is. A lovely, lovely stuff. And that was the first goal of the game. Hopefully, you know, if it's the only goal of the game, I'll be a very happy man. It's been a little bit sloppy here and there. I can't deny that. It hasn't been perfect. But they are a very, very good side. And ultimately, if you control most of the game and you have the better chances, you can't really ask for too much more. Liverpool will always create chances. They're too good not to. We're too good not to. Looking around the team, you can also see room for improvement. We've been pretty good, but also there is room for improvement, which I like, because that means if we can get an extra 10% out of this City side, in theory, we could close this game off and get a second goal and maybe win it. That's what I want to see. I want to see Guardiola. I mean, I'm looking around this team right now, I'm looking at the players and thinking, where are the weak points so far? Look, there's no two ways about it. We need a little bit more down this right-hand side. Phil has not had much of the ball. He's cutting out a couple of shots. Kyle not offering too much support that side, but he's defending a lot. Alvarez has been the weak point in our forward line so far. Alvarez looks a little bit off it. A man may be tired from all that travelling over a course in South America with Argentina international break. It's a lot of travelling, and he wouldn't have been playing today apparently if Grealish wasn't unwell. So you can see why that's a potential problem. So you can sense the issue there. I mean, Bernardo's been absolutely remarkably good. Those stats underappreciate just how good he's been today. He's tied everything about his performance together. Mercurial. David Silva-esque, actually. There's been elements of David Silva to Bernardo's game with a bit of that energy that he brings as well. So good. Doku's been really good as well. Not everything he's tried has come off, but overall, he's played like a top-class winger, I would say. This doesn't look like a guy who's not ready for these big games yet. That's what I've been impressed with Doku so far. Once again, not everything he's tried has come off. That's fine. But does he look like a guy who can only dribble? No. Does he look like a winger who's running at people, trying to make things happen in the way that Sane or Sterling used to do at their best? Yes, he does. He is causing a bit of mayhem. And he is involved going forward. I like that. He needs to be a little bit better. But if he keeps going, he will create a goal or will create a big chance. And I like that, man. I like it an awful lot. Erling as well has been working hard and he's taking his goal really well. That's the 15th goal of the season for Erling Haaland already. And he's done his job. He's done his job. That's all. He's had his big chance. He's taken it nicely. And it wasn't even a high XG chance either. Diaz, Ake, excellent. A couple of big moments there. Walker's defended really well as well. Akanji's not had his best game. He's been okay, but a mistake that could have led to a moment. Edison, that palpitation-inducing moment aside, Edison, I think, has had a pretty decent game. His passing has been crisp. He's been good. And, of course, it's weird to talk about that for a keeper, but this is a Manchester City side, so you have to talk about that. It's been really nice. For me, it's been good. It's been good. I've been happy with this half. I do think it's been 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10, I would say. Get to 8.5 out of 10. It'll be enough to win this game. Trey with the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. They do help support the channel, keep it going, so it is always appreciated massively. It's testing times these days. So Trey, thank you very much. I need Doku just to take a chance. He said, "Well, and not do so much." I agree, actually. A couple of times where Doku's slightly overdone it. There was one where he had a one-on-one with someone, I think it was Matip. And he tried to cut back when he could have just gone down the outside and got a shot in. Just shoot a little bit more direct. It sounds weird to tell Doku to be a bit more direct, but he does have a tendency to try and beat a player 2 or 3 times. And sometimes you just need to go for it once. I absolutely agree with Trey on that comment. But Doku is a young player improving, and I think so far he's had a pretty good game. Liverpool, weirdly, have given us a lot of their big moments. They look adversely, kind of unexpectedly nervous with the ball at their feet when it's in their own defensive third. Alisson, usually such a reliant player. Alisson's had a poor game today. Like, he really has. Like, he's given the ball away sloppily for the goal. A wasted clearance from straight to Ake. He's nearly been caught a couple of times on the ball, giving the ball to Foden for a good chance. He needs to be better, Alisson, but it's great. So there is a lack of composure from Liverpool there. That's the thing for me, is like, for me, press them, and they seem to have a mistake in them. Kevil saying, Stephen, what a goal. Indeed. Haaland, man, like, lovely stuff. The touch, out his feet, right foot, left foot again, goal. 3 touches, lovely stuff. He was quick to get the shot off, and that goal meant a lot to him as well, which was really nice. You want to see him get pumped up for a game like this. And it's been excellent. Absolutely excellent. I like it, man. I'm feeling this game so far. I do think any changes from me, I'm tempted by this as a change. This is why I'm looking at Alvarez, who's not played particularly well. I am tempted by this. For me, I would not mind Rico on. I think Rico gives us a little bit more composure. You know, I think he can play as that 8. I think Rico coming on would help knit things a bit more together, a little bit more control. I know he's not really... he's not got loads of experience in these games, but Alvarez to me looks a bit tired. When you look at that bench that we've got, and I'll bring the bench up right now, you can see the bench there. Stones would be great, but I don't think you play him unless you have to. Look, then you think keepers, Vardiol, don't change the defence, it's working. Calvi's not coming on. Likewise, I can't see Gomez or Oscar Bob coming on unless we need them too. So, looking at that, Rico to me is probably the option that I would probably bring on, because I feel like it makes an awful lot of sense. I feel like we could be a little bit more precise, and Rico could bring that. You know, his effervescent energy, his understanding of the game around him, his awareness of space and time, and it sounds like Doctor Strange here, doesn't he? But the players moving around him, I think it would really help this side. Rico over here would link up nicely with Walker and Foden, and I think also, of course, he has the understanding to drop back if Walker goes forward, because Rico is a natural footballer. So I think Rico to me is the obvious substitution if Alvarez doesn't up his game, because Alvarez does need to be a bit better. Look, by all reports, he suggested that Grealish was going to start this game because he's been a bit tired. So I understand that Alvarez might not have his best game today, but we probably need to allow for that. Rico for me. At some point, I'm going to have to leg it to go to the toilet, guys, because I'm bursting. I don't have a be right back screen anymore, which is annoying, like I used to. So I don't have a hold screen. I need one, don't I? Grealish is not on the bench, Anthony. He's not well, unfortunately. Apparently, he's got a stomach bug. He's not well. Been vomiting and that, according to Pep. So, look, I've been impressed with this half of football. I think City have been good. You know, we've been the better team, just about. We've been the better team, I would say, because we've had probably slightly better chances, but we've also controlled all the ball. So I would say this has been City's game so far. Liverpool have had some good moments, yes, but we've had the better chances, including the goal, and controlled pretty much 70% of the ball. So that being considered, I think City have been the better team today. Like Bernardo Silva, by the way, it's been a masterclass. Bernardo has been insanely good, like ridiculously good. He's such a special footballer. The way that he knits things together, his understanding of the game state, when he needs to go forward, when he needs to sit alongside Rodri, the overlapping and the channel to support Doku, or the fact that he's back in his own area, skipping past Salah as he receives the ball and setting up a counter attack. Bernardo Silva is a man playing at the top of his game right now, truly world class. A man. Ridiculous. And as Kevil said, he's not even with KDB. Imagine KDB today. Oh, look, to be honest, the space in this game, KDB would kill Liverpool today. This Liverpool side have moments of... Oh, look at that. I've just seen the spin on Salah again. Ridiculous. He's just such a special footballer, Salah. Salah is actually, to be fair. But I meant David Silva. Bernardo Silva. I look at everyone appreciating Bernardo Silva at half-time there. I love that. The thing is, for me, Bernardo Silva at his best combines the elegance of David Silva with the energy of a Kante. It's a special thing, and I'm going to tweet that now, by the way, because I feel like I need to share that thought. I need to share it because I think it's just true. But Bernardo Silva at his very best combines with he's just ridiculous. He's just a special footballer. He just does. That's for me is what sums him up. Sums him up perfectly. I feel like, to me, that is, we need to appreciate him. And sometimes I have to put these things on Twitter because I have to just let the world know how I'm feeling. You know, I need to get it out there, and I need to refer back to it later. But that, to me, sums him up perfectly. That is what he does. You know, that's what Bernardo Silva does. He's a special footballer, and he's ours. He's just such a wonderful player, and when we've got him on the pitch, I feel confident. Guys, get the likes up if you don't mind. It does help. That to me is our biggest chance of getting something. By the way, Bernardo and Doku on that side. I've seen the highlights of Doku now, and he is running at Alexander-Arnold every single time. Not a lot's come off from him. Oh, Callum's in the chat being salty. Said you saw me on Talksport. You thing is, Callum, I was telling the truth, mate. Do you want to know why I was telling the truth? Because football to me isn't success. I grew up watching Manchester City when we weren't so good, and I learned dignity, I learned empathy, and I learned to laugh at myself at the same time. So you're telling me that if we went back to being in League 2 or whatever, League 1, sorry, down in the third tier of English football, would it upset me? No, it wouldn't, because that's what I grew up knowing, I still enjoy Manchester City. Like, it wouldn't bother me. That's the thing. You can't threaten us with something that we already know. I was happy back then. That's the thing, man. Like, if we were found guilty, it doesn't change how I feel about Man City. It changes how I feel about the owner, because I feel like they would have lied to us. Yeah, but about Man City, the players club, no. I can separate the owner and the board with who Man City are as a club in the history. That's the thing for me. And you don't understand it because you've never been there. That's the thing, is Liverpool fans, you define your club by your success. You do. And United do the same. They define who they are by success. And that, to me, is why you struggle when you're not winning stuff. Like, I don't define Man City by success. I define them by the fans and by where we've been in our story and our history. And there is a lot of history there. You can pretend there isn't. But I know what it's like to support. I understand what it's like to be a Macclesfield fan, because City have been down there at one point. That's the thing. And the thing is, for me, is like, I can see it from every angle. Like, I've seen relegation and suffered. But it also isn't cheating. Like, but the thing is, I will not get upset if it turns out that one day we just want, like, our owners. If it turns out the City were guilty and they just spent some money on buying players because FFP came in one day and he wanted to keep up, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that, man. A little bit of extra money to Mancini, whoa, big deal. You know what I mean? It's not like this insane crime. What history? Exactly, Callum. It's hilarious that you said what history, because you only define history as winning loads of stuff, whereas I define history as 30,000 fans down in League One supporting a Premier League side that had fallen down there. That is how I feel, mate. History to me is everything you've achieved. History to you is just success, because that is how you view football, through that shallow prism of ignorance. That's how you view football. I don't. Because you're saying, what history? Are you telling me that clubs like, I don't know, Macclesfield or Colchester or Cambridge, these are relevant teams with no history? No. They are, clubs that have been around, mean a lot to so many people. History isn't just 6 Champions Leagues, is it? If it is, what's the point in everyone else watching football? They watch football because it means something to them, because it is who they are, because of the shared memories, because of the fan base, because it's where they live and it's what they know. That is why you watch football. You don't watch it just to win. But Callum thinks what makes sense is my teams won more than you, therefore I have more validation. No, that's not how it works, mate. And that's not how it ever works. And every time you imply that, it's offensive to any team who's never going to see their team in the Champions League. Ask an Exeter City fan or ask a Accrington Stanley fan if their clubs are relevant. You probably say it is, but it isn't, because football is built on that. And you know what? That thing will never change for me. Absolutely not. So go back to your own fans channel if you want to. But I guarantee you, if City are found guilty, I will take it with, I will be annoyed at the board for that. But will I be upset? And will it change how I feel about City? No, of course not, man. I will crack on and I'll watch City anyway. And I'll go and watch City at the Etihad, play against Fleetwood with my son, and I'll have a cracking time. And that's all that matters. 1-0 Man City. Second half's about to go underway. In a bit, Callum. Come on, you Blues. And that's how I feel about it. Because football is more than just trophies. And it's more than just what the board get up to. It's like, you know what? Liverpool aren't defined by certain bad fans in the past, are they? No, they're not. And City won't be defined by our board members if they make some mistakes. I think you could understand that too, mate, we can't define by everything that happens in the past. Second half underway. Come on, you Blues. There's not a single club that hasn't got... If City are found guilty, by the way, it would be disappointing. But there isn't a single... Like, the idea that we would never be able to move on from that is nonsense. It literally, ultimately, is just spending money to sign players. Come on. Let's not act like the club would be tainted forever. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There isn't a single club. Some clubs have got a lot worse hanging over them than that, Anyway... Up the Blues. Because you don't understand, Callum, why you said I don't care. And I've explained it to you. My mood does not shift. Do you know what history to me is, actually, Callum? Seeing a City side, who were established top flight club, by the way, we have been for the majority of our team, go down to League One, the old Division 1, Division 2, by the way, and get back-to-back promotions with the fans turning up, 30,000 fans in the third tier of English football every single week, 30,000 fans, and then coming back in the playoffs and coming back up again. That, to me, is history. That, to me, is drama. A last-minute equalizer to go into winter penalties. That, to me, is what builds a club and builds a fan base. That, to me, is history. And because that is part of who we are. And it is. Anyway. Come on, you Blues. Second half's underway. No changes. Callum, let's see, mate. If you're found guilty, I'll accept it. The thing is, Callum, what you don't get right, what you don't understand is, and this is true, by the way. This is like, look, I'm not saying City will be found innocent, but the reason City fans are cynical, this is true. FFP was an idea brought, mainly lobbied by the big clubs. It's true. This wasn't like just UEFA one day deciding to protect the small clubs. Genuinely, big clubs were lobbying FFP to bring in these rules to prevent excessive spending, essentially to stop clubs spending loads of money and catching up to them. It was a reaction to Chelsea and so on. These things came in as a result to that. This is why City fans are cynical. The big clubs were lobbying essentially against Manchester City from the start. So we know it was always brought in to prevent City challenging, because City challenging at that level knocks one of those teams out of the Champions League, which decreases their revenues. So you can't blame City fans for feeling cynical when you see photos of chairmen of all the other clubs, apart from City's, having meetings in London. There's literally photos of higher execs of United, Chelsea, then established, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, having meetings in meals together in London. Like, not City invited. Like, you cannot. And then you've got United former board members on the board of the Premier League and so on. And you can't blame City fans for being cynical. I'm not saying there's the guaranteed correlation, but the fact is, you've got reports of all these clubs lobbying against City all the time. They are absolutely under pressure. Like, the Premier League and UEFA are under pressure to investigate City. Investigate them, constantly lobbying against them. And it could be that City are guilty. But the point is, UEFA and the Premier League have had to be seen to do something because they've been under so much pressure. Now, once again, if they are guilty, fair enough. But you can understand why City fans are cynical. Because all we know is that other clubs have been pressuring for a long time to go at City. And that's what they've done. So until we're found guilty, I'm going to defend my team. And that's how I feel about it, seriously. As is my right. And United were part of that. They were pushing and pressing. Good defending again, by the way, against Salah from Ake. And a Kanji coming across over. Anyway, off the high horse is a game of football. Callum, you've had your fun, mate. All good, Callum. All good, mate. I don't mind a debate, as long as nothing gets personal. But people don't see it from the City fans' perspective, you know. FFP wasn't brought in because everyone's feeling like, oh, let's protect the small clubs. It wasn't. It was brought in because, because big clubs were telling other clubs, telling UEFA, they shouldn't be able to spend like that because they haven't got the revenues. Which is genuinely what happened. It's funny, by the way, that Gary Neville is also anti-FFP. because he knows what he means for Salford. Right, corner for Liverpool anyway. Also, back to FAP. If City are guilty, I think there's an element of like City did all that at the start to keep up. But I got no doubt whatsoever, by the way, right now, that our revenues are legit. I got no doubt whatsoever. I do feel like City have incredible marketers, you know. You did, Victor, actually. Yeah, I went on one, mate, at half-time. I do think City's marketing seems ridiculous. I think the City Football Group brings in a lot of money. I do think that when you win 5 out of 6 Premier Leagues, I do think when you win the treble, I think your City are very aggressive. Like, they're very good at what they do. They are. And I think the City's revenue is... I think City's revenue, absolutely right now, is legit. I really believe that. I don't know if it is in the past. I have no idea. But I do believe immense exposure at the high level of football constantly leads to increased revenues. Play out wide to Doku. Go on, Doku. Run at him. Run at him. He's past him. Ah! Long story short, winning a lot brings in a lot of money. Sponsors like teams that win because they're on TV a lot. Doku's rinsed Matip there, played it back to Alvarez, and that's a big chance, man. He's either got to score or play it across to Haaland. No, it was McAllister who rinsed. That's a big chance for Alvarez, you know, with his quality. Liverpool making some changes, I think, by the looks of it. Diaz and Gravenberch. I don't know, Callum. I honestly don't know the answer, mate. Whatever it will be, I'll take it if it happens. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that City are innocent if they're found guilty. I don't have the energy for that. I just want to watch my football team because I do, and I think that's fair. And the point I was making on TalkSport yesterday is that I really, hand on heart, believe. For me as a football fan, my memories won't be tainted because I'm not going to turn around and say to my son when he's 8 years old, was De Bruyne really that good? No, he wasn't, mate. He cheated. No, because I don't believe that's true. I just don't believe De Bruyne cheated. I don't believe Bernardo Silva cheated. Were those memories celebrating with City fans that good? Yeah, they were, you know. And for me, I understand why other clubs will feel that way. I understand there will be frustration at the board for, inverted commas, lying to us if we're found guilty. But will I feel that the footballers that I witnessed cared any less? No. I think Aguero loved this club. David Silva did. Bernardo Silva does. I think these things are true. I feel these players individually earn their success? Yes, you know. Absolutely. That for me is how I feel about it. So I don't doubt these players. I don't doubt. My attachment is to the players. And that has always been the point. It's always been... Oh, Haaland with a snapshot. It's always been to the players. I don't sit there... I'm not like a Soriano fan. There, go on, Soriano. I'm a Bernardo Silva fan. I'm a Haaland fan. And that has always been my point. I think these are honest footballers doing an honest job, working really hard. And that's all I've ever said. And I think that's fair. You know, I think it's fair. It's complicated. And I think it's a lot of it's unfair on City fans to expect to answer to all this, you know. I think it is. Like, lovely ball once again from Edison to out wide to Walker. So good. Sure, Callum. And thank you so much, man. I'm an honest person. That's the thing, is like... I get a lot of people telling me to talk a lot of shite, but I've never said anything dishonest. I stand where I stand. I stand honestly. Like this is where I stand about it all. I really like football. I just really like Manchester City Football Club, and I've always have done 30 odd years. You know, I want it to be over. By the way, that's the one thing I will say. I don't want it to crack on. I'm tired of it. I just want it to be over, and I think a lot of City fans feel the same. By the way, it is tiring. I hate having to talk about football and talk about finances. I hate it. I hate it with passion. It's not interesting to me. It never has been interesting. Because ultimately, football's escapism to me personally. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. I don't sign in on Twitter or go online to argue about accountants and law court cases. I want to talk about Doku being great. I want to talk about, I even want to get annoyed at Salah being brilliant. Like, I don't want to argue with other fans over accountants. It's tedious to me. I hate it. It's not fun. But I have to do it anyway because I'm a City fan. And that's the thing I struggle with. What was the planes, Dan? I didn't see that, man. Victor, to be honest, Stones and KDB in this for now. Look, we're obviously been a slightly better side, but you'd think, wouldn't you, it would do even more. Go on, Bernardo. Oh, lovely footwork from Doku. Really nice footwork from Doku. The plane is just flown over the Etihad saying Premier League corrupt Everton fans. Oh, football has gone so comical. This is what I was on about. It's just so boring, isn't it? Funny, though. Oh, you got to laugh. Lovely ball to Walker. Oh. Rico for Alvarez from me. Who was the ball over the top to, by the way? Yeah, I can sadly see that too, Usman. That's my biggest worry. Great defending, Ake. What? He's given a corner. That's a goal kick. Who's cooking, Henry? Me? Hopefully. What am I making? This is a stressful game of football now. Probably not now, Scott. It's too much has happened. If it was straight, I don't know, not even from a corner, I don't think they would do, no. No, probably not, unfortunately. Played, lads. Doku and Haaland there, defending valiantly. Yeah, I don't think Wild's good, Dan, unfortunately. Wild plays into Liverpool's hands. Oh, Diaz nearly turned it into his own net there, didn't he? No, second half we haven't been that great, Yusuf, I agree. Comfortable save for Edison. Van Dijk header straight into his arms. But still, you don't want to give him those moments, you know? Look, with football these days, it's probably best part of 40 minutes left still. I mean, there's a chance Alvarez is just tired, DDD. He's only young, isn't he? Like, he's had a lot of football in the past couple of years. Like, he needs a bit of a rest, I reckon. He's learning a new role as well. So I think he doesn't always... I think in general, sometimes you need to... Sometimes I really do believe, oh, what a ball to Foden. Might be offside, Foden, but what a ball. Yeah, he's offside. He was offside, I think. I think sometimes you need a little bit of a rest out the team, just for muscle memory to kick in a little bit, you know, sit and watch a little bit. But it's all relentless for him. Travelling, playing, resting, travelling, playing. He's a rest, I reckon. Nunez is not available today, mate. DDD. He's no Nunez, no Grealish, no Kovacic. Doku's great, isn't he? He's becoming he's honest. Funny, Dan. Oh, I mean, I feel like, why did Bernardo leave that then? Bernardo. I don't think we'll see Oscar Bob. I reckon I can't really see any changes unless we really... Vardiol, maybe if desperate Stones, potentially. I look around and I think, like, Oscar's quite young. I don't think Pep will be quite ready to bring him against Liverpool yet. I might be wrong, but it doesn't feel like he would do. Oscar Bob, yeah, it's a great name, isn't it, Oscar Bob? I can't decide if it's the name of a star. Like, if you like the name so... Yeah, it's so basic, but it's also so brilliant at the same time. Go on, Doku. Oh, Doku's doing really well, you know. Corner. Oh! City claiming on ball here. We'll see. Let's have a look. I need to see a replay of this. Nah, it's hit his leg. It's hit his leg. No, nothing on that. Desperate there from Rodri, but we appeal, don't we? Oh, don't say another terrible corner. We're not good at corners, are we, Dan? We're really not. We were a couple of years ago, Yusuf. We had that one point where we scored the most set piece goals in the league. When you look at our team, man, like the players that we've got, like you look at the lineup, you know, Ruben Diaz, 6 foot, you know, Kanji, Ake, Rodri, Haaland. You've got a few big players there, you know. Kyle Walker's, he'll stay back, obviously. I mean, he's not as big as always when Stones is on the pitch as well and Grealish. But they're not. You've got some players who are good at winning the ball in the air there, you know. Yeah, Grealish as well. Yeah, I've stood next to him. He's a big lad. Go on, Doku. Oh, unlucky. Doku keeps going and going and going, doesn't he? There's no denying. Like, I feel like not everything he's tried today has been like perfect. Like, hasn't been perfect, but he does. None of it looks out of place, you know. Anyway, another corner. Can we do better than we usually do at corners here? We're asking a lot, really. Yes! 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 Is it given? Two 0. Is it given? Oh, there's nothing in that. He's barely touched him. That's not a foul. There's nothing in that, man. That's so soft. That's insanely soft. So soft. Never a foul, man. That's so soft. That's ridiculous, man. Alisson's been terrible. He's been terrible today. That's an Alisson mistake, in my opinion. That's a foul on Alvarez there. That ref being a City fan, you know. That ref's a City fan, though, apparently don't forget. It's ridiculous. Oh! Rodri, you've got to score that. No, he's offside. It's just poor. It's just very poor. Bernardo Silva and Matip then. He's fouled him. It's ridiculous, honestly. That call is just... Anyway, 20 minutes left. Big save from Edison. Did he touch Edison? There's a corner, yeah. Honestly, I swear, that cost us. I'll be fuming. Gakpo coming on for them. I still like to see Rico Lewis on, by the way. Let's keep the ball. Yeah, they've got more depth right now, Usman. We've got a lot more injuries, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, I just realised you're right. I'll hide it there, mate. I've hit it. I've hit the score now. There we go. Harleton always does it, DDD. We need that second, you know. We should have had that second. Not great Wickerman right now, to be honest. I'm really dreading like a late equalizer, you know, or something, and it's been soft. Just the deflected equalizer or something like that, and then like, you know, that goal, the disallowed goal is going to sting. That's what's bugging me right now. Those the other things that we can't control. That's as clear as anything. Foul him. Come on, it's got to be a yellow card. Yeah, it is. So cynical from Nunes there. Foden just drifted away from him. Second goal, we win this game. Like, no, there's not. I don't think it's even a cushion at that point. It's just more. It's over. Like, I think a second goal. I don't see Liverpool scoring 2 after we get a second. Maybe they'll score 2 now, but like, I don't know. I think a second goal kills the game, given how little time is left. You never know in football, but I just feel we'll have enough at home. Come on, City. Oh, Haaland flicked it over. You got onto that, you know. The thing is with that, once again, like literally all week, I've heard that Chris Kavanagh is a City fan. His season ticket holder when he was younger. He was born near the stadium and all this kind of stuff. And He was born in Ashton, so he thought it was. But that his brother's still there and he's biased and blah, 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 blah. I heard it all week. Nonsense from the Scousers. Maybe that was intentional to get in his head, you know? Oh, come on, man. What's going on here? Phil, there's nothing wrong with you there, mate. Phil's milking it a bit there. Come on, City. Come on, City. Would you guys make any changes, you know, as it currently stands? Do you know what Alisson has? I'm surprised today. Alisson's a really good keeper of the ball at his feet, so I'm surprised how little he's been comfortable with the ball at his feet today. Not sure if his form's down a little bit, but, well, you know. My man Scott with a super chat again saying, Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Come on, City. 20-ish minutes to go. Keep it up, boys. Look, carry on this way, we win the game. Absolutely, Scott, you legend. Like, come on, City, man. Like, this would be massive, this win. Absolutely huge. Need it. Oh, Bernardo's cross shot nearly fell through. Great covering back from Kyle Walker there. Ref getting in the way. Nice. Take it back. Wonderful interception there. Clearly a lifelong fan. Oh! Oh! Doku is so good, man. So good. How is that not like... Doku just walked past him. Oh no, don't do this to me. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. Fuck off. Out of nothing. Haaland nearly scored the other end to go down and score. Well, there you go, Premier. You got your title race, haven't you? Come on, City, man. Come on, City. Back up the other end and get the winner. Ah, oh, come on. It's a nice finish, but it's so soft. Need a massive reaction. Look, there's still time to win this. We need to get the control now for the next few minutes, like, because Liverpool are absolutely going to be at us now. That's my worry now. Liverpool go at us. That's so frustrating because it should be 2-0. It should be 2-0. Fucking refs, man. Yeah, I would right now, Usman. To be honest, my prediction was 2-1, so I always thought they were going to score today. It's just frustrating given the non-goal. Free kick here. In a good space. Right, come on, Alvarez, man. He's been poor today, but putting this is his chance, you know. Alvarez here. Come on, Alvarez. Over the free kick. I can't believe it, Alvarez. Well, I can believe it. We're not DDD, to be fair. We're literally not. We exceed our XG, but it feels that way, doesn't it? I guess nothing's happening from this free kick. Nope. Come on, Doku, man. Go on, Doku. It's took the wind out of me, that. Absolutely. Go on, Doku. It just stings, doesn't it? The thing is, if they get a draw, it's because once again the goal, you know, getting the goal not given for us. I haven't seen the Haaland chance again, by the way, until that led to them scoring. We should have killed this game already, by the way. Like we've been wasteful. I still feel we're better than them, by the way. Absolutely. And don't forget, by the way, we get all the decisions always because we're in the ref's pocket. Energy's gone. Go on, Doku, mate. Done well there, Doku. Right on the edge of the area from Doku. It's a different game, Joe, to the Chelsea one, but yeah, I get why you're feeling that way, mate. I don't think we were the better team against Chelsea. I feel like we have been here today, which is the frustration so far. That's clearly, what were they arguing about? Clearly a yellow card. He stood right on his ankle. Corner. Come on, Alvarez. Take a good corner, mate. All right, that was a foul. I'll give him that one as a foul. Goal, ref. You know what I mean? He went in. That was a free kick, by the way. The other one absolutely wasn't. Alisson was just soft. Why is he taking it from the centre of the... Why is he taking the free kick from the centre of the bloody area? Not his line. Oh, come on, ref. What's he pulling it back for? Kanji down, holding his head. All right, I stand corrected. He's holding his head, to be fair. The ref's been shocking today, by the way. That's shocking. Pep's made no subs, by the way. 12:30 after internationals. These players will be knackered. Go on, Bernardo. Lovely ball to Alvarez. I understand why the VAR didn't overturn it, by the way, because it wasn't like the ref. 8 minutes, Jesus. Do you know what? Go for it, City. Ruben doesn't look comfortable with the ball. 8 minutes is ridiculous. What a ball to Doku. Oh, he's run out. Alexander-Arnold defended him well once. Will this shut up the narrative that we get everything, by the way, from the refs? Pep is fuming about 8 minutes, and he's like, why 8 minutes? I want us to win it. You know, it'd be great. It'd hit like crack if we did, you know, but like, I don't see us doing it. Would everyone be happy with a draw right now? I mean, look at this is the table right now. It's not bad, is it, to be fair? I mean, I don't know where 8's come from. It just feels excessive, doesn't it? Liverpool have made a fair few changes, if we're being honest, but stupid sport. 8 minutes. Yeah, I feel the same, DDD. I mean, a draw isn't a terrible result for what it's worth at this stage of the season, but it does sting a little bit. It could be a loss, you know. Play Doku. Excuse me. Yeah, Doku's had a good game, by the way, today. Should have had an assist for Ireland, at least. Good defending, Kyle. Yeah, he's not been well today, has he, Alvarez? Overlord. I think he's tired, man. Like, a lot of travelling. Doku pretty much always beats his man, doesn't he? Like, he's just ridiculously good at it. Go on, Haaland. Played Haaland. To Doku. Oh, Bernardo's shot blocked. Bernardo wants to win this, you can tell. I know obviously they all do, but good ball to Bernardo. Shoot Doku there, mate. You got space. You got to shoot. Come on, Phil. Come on, Phil. Ah! Wasted cross. You've got to shoot Doku sometimes a little bit. It's a good finish from Alexander-Arnold again, isn't it? Just in the replay. Two minutes left. Yeah, I wanted it to Overlord. We should have had it, I reckon, today. We've been the better side. I really do think we have been the better side. I mean, the stats show it there. Look at that. Allison won't be injured. He'll be faking it. Or maybe he is. Yeah, he is. Actually, he is injured, to fair, by the looks of it. I think Alvarez is just absolutely exhausted, Benny. You know what I mean? I think he's reached his limit of how much he can run. All that travelling. Oh! Oh! So close. It was Ireland. No one there at the back post. Someone's got to be there. Foden's got to be there. It's going to be full time soon, isn't it? I don't think Rest will play much longer. Oh, Diaz with the ball. Yeah, full time, I think. That's it. Yeah, frustrating. 1-1. Should have been 2-0, maybe 2-1. Yeah, we've been done in there. Nunes and Pep having an argument. What's Darwin's problem? What's going on there? I don't think Pep's done everything wrong. Either way, 1-1. Very frustrating end to the game. We should have won that, I reckon. No idea what's happened, but Nunes is triggered by Pep. Either way, City 1-1. I'll do my match reaction now. Frustrating. It should have been 2-0, 2-1, whatever. The ref's got us wrong, and that's where we're at. Guys, thanks for watching. Join this watch along. I'll be live in like 10 minutes for the match reaction. For now, though, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. You're all excellent. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.